gonna happen, mate. We're gonna do it, and when we do it, it's gonna be vicious, mate. I ain't a man dregsing with the weights. I ain't a man taking the last ounces of my soul on the scales. I've done that before. I ain't doing it no more. You can say what you want. Oh, Bellew's not in shape. Bellew looks fleshy at the weight. Bellew's just iced a man who's never been done before. Bellew just feels in absolutely fantastic shape. Bellew doesn't lose 2.5 stone no more each time for the camp. Bellew goes to the gym now 15 stone and just cuts 10 pound nice and easy. I fought Nathan Cleverly in my 16th fight, 15 fight novice. I'd fought, the best person I fought was Oval Mackenzie at British title level. I am now, is that 25, is that 26 fights? I've fought some of the best, I've fought the best fighter in the world in my weight class, one of the biggest pound for pound punchers in the world. I've beat guys like Isaac Chilemba, world ranked guys. Let's see who beats Isaac Chilemba. I've beat renowned punchers, Ederson Miranda. I'm not saying who's the best Ederson Miranda, I'm just saying I've beat these guys. Who's he beat? Okay, everyone's saying, well, Tony, he did beat you. He beat a guy who basically got a fight because he opened his mouth at a press conference and he sells a shitload of tickets to the Echo Arena. That's why I got that fight. Everybody thought he was going to smash me. Everyone involved with that fight thought he was going to smash me. But when he went to within an inch of losing, and it's a decision that could have been either way, he doesn't want to come near me after it. That's why he couldn't answer the question then when I said it in front of him. Just answer me this: why wouldn't you take the rematch immediately? Do you know what he said? I think he was saying what that was train station was. That long word. I couldn't understand what he was saying. I just answered the simple question: why wouldn't you fight me the minute after the rematch happened? He wouldn't fight me because he believed he was going to knock me out, and he just believed he was going to beat me up. And that's all I've got to say about that. Well, let's do it right now. We can do it right now, you fucking rat.
Right, let's move on to Bellew of the Week then, shall we, before we get out of here. Just flicking over the old screen there. First one is Sam. I mentioned this earlier. I played the clip from Eddie Hearn. Bellew of the Week for Eddie, says Sam, saying if AJ beats Ruiz, it is one of the great comebacks of all time. He saved it at the point for me as well, so I could cut that one. Played it earlier on the show. Peter Kepi has nominated Conor Benn on TalkSport. Ben said all his opponents treat him as their world title fight. They're sticking on a Conor Benn theme. Sky Sports put up a little meme here. Eddie Hearn, Conor, you're headlining. You've got to impress. Conor, hold my drink. Michael M nominated Sky Sports for that one. All of the Belt said Conor Benn is back in the ring this Friday, looking to move to 15-0 against Jussi Koivula. Do you believe he will follow in his father's footsteps and become a world champion? If that wasn't Bellew of the Week enough, Dylan O'Brien jumped in. I actually believe within 5 years, Conor could be the face of matchroom boxing. JS Park 10 nominated him for that one. I think.
To be honest, with the way he's going, he wouldn't be back against it.
That's what I said. He might not be wrong. You know, he might be the face of matchroom boxing. Could you imagine? Oh my dear. Ozzy's back with us. Yeah, a few people nominated this one, including Tony Hall, Jake Winterbottom, George Foreman got caught out. Bradley Hilditch tweeted to Big George. He said, "Hi, George." And he put up a picture of the late, great Raoul Moat. "My uncle was a huge fan of yours. You was his favourite heavyweight of all time. Sadly, he lost his lifelong battle with Nits about 8.5 weeks ago. It would mean the world if you would notice this tweet." George did indeed notice it and commented it and said, "Means the world to me to read this tweet. Thank you for sharing with me. Must have been some man." yeah, he was some man, George. You're right about that. A few people sent that in. Thank you to everybody who nominated George Foreman. He's a good, strong front runner. Yes, Ozzy, you're quite right. Dr. Hitman, our thief Daniel, the RBO champion, Royal Boxing Organisation champion, is in action. He's headlining somewhere in Bury. So a nomination for him on his latest venture.
Can I just expand on that as well?
Certainly.
That not only it's disappointing that the belt hasn't been referenced, but the fact is it's being billed as his first 8-rounder. So if the fact that he's not the RBO champion is one thing to go there, but the fact is you can see Dr. Hitman contest his first 8-rounder in his career at the Village Hotel in Bury. So tickets are £35 general, £50 ringside. You can buy them direct off Dr. Hitman himself. You get a selfie included with every ticket. So what's not to enjoy? It's not a patch on the Budapest Fight Club, but
I heard Scott Quiggs walking to the arena from his front door with his gloves on as well, by the way.
Well, why not, Andrew? It's another selling point, isn't it?
You got to sell all the tickets you can get, aye.
You really get a selfie with him for every ticket you buy.
Yeah, did you not know that? For every ticket you buy, you get a selfie with Dr. Hitman.
Oh dear.
Steve, I believe that as soon as I sent you that fight poster, you've put your application for a press pass ticket in already. So,
See, the Rhino should do that. The White Rhino should do that selfie for every ticket sold, man. He'd be the biggest ticket seller. All the Rhinoettes will be wanting a selfie to get a ticket, a picture with Dave Allen. That's his new marketing scheme. I hope
I
David
tell you,
listening to the pod.
it's a new marketing scheme. For every ticket you get, you get a selfie as well. Maybe a signed picture.
Maybe a signed Carrymore trainer.
Nomination for Thief Daniel, then. Always happy to nominate him. I love the fact that he's only fighting for an 8-rounder now and he is an RBO champion. I suppose it shows just how highly esteemed the RBO title is. Maybe can win one of those one day. Jake Winterbottom has nominated Box Nation, the top 5 fastest fists in boxing, speed kills. These are Boxing World Weekly's fastest world champions in the game, including Billy Joe Saunders at 4 and Katie Taylor at 2. So nomination, Katie Taylor and Billy Joe Saunders been named amongst the fastest world champions in the game. Jake Winterbottom on that one. Sam has nominated David. On his day, Anthony Joshua is the best boxer in the world. Just go and watch the Vlad and Parker fights back, says David. Kapoza has been nominated by Tommy Cahill. Tenshin dominates Kameda, says Kapoza, proving the Mayweather fight was a fluke and he could take over the boxing world whenever he chooses. 81 likes for Kapoza there at Grabaka_Hitman. No, Hitman Daniel. Chad Hogan, that's our friend Brian King, has nominated Scott Mulligan. Ryder stops Billy Joe Saunders, says Scott, and that's not even me being biased. Bellew of the week, says Chad. Scott jumped back in. Fuck off, you fat Scottish cunt. So not messing about there, getting stuck in on Brian. Brian has had a field day this week, nominating Michael G. Take 4. Michael said, Eddie goes a step further and tries to uplift or promote the sport of boxing, even if he doesn't have a financial stake in it. Bob talks down everything he doesn't. Would like to see that stop. So even if Eddie doesn't have a financial stake in a show, he's always trying to big it up and talk it up for the sake of boxing. So Michael has been nominated from Chad for saying that. Who's left us? It's Rob. Hopefully we'll get him back soon. Michael Benson. Say what you like about Conor Benn, but he's definitely going to be entertaining. Looks incredibly vulnerable at first, then blasts out Jussi Kovola in the second round. Danny Mack says impressive power for a welterweight. Joe Lands has nominated Danny for that. Chad again, this time on Michael Naylor, who was tweeting to Dave Allen, who Rob just mentioned there, the White Rhino. Dave, says Michael Naylor, if you do become a world champion, do you think someone should make a film about you? It will be like Rocky, but real life. Who would play you? Would there even be a montage? So there you go, Dave Allen.
Sorry, what fighter was that about?
About Dave Allen.
For fuck's sake.
Dave Allen the movie? Dave Allen the movie, yeah.
This is what I mean. People wanted him to write a book and stuff like that. Now, the past couple of videos he's done, I thought he came across really well because he was straight up and honest. And then these twats that follow him are saying like, oh, who would play you in a film or write a book? Fuck off. This guy, I'm not even going to start because I'm just sound like a broken record, but Dave Allen, the fucking movie, do one, because that'll be a joke.
There you go, Dave Allen, the movie, coming to cinemas near you, possibly. Michael Naylor has been nominated for that one. Brian King has gone in on IFL TV. No, in fact, Frank Buglioni, he was talking about Kovalev, he was talking about Yard, he was talking about the AJ loss, but he also said, amongst his interview, Mr. Buglioni, Dillian White is the best heavyweight in the world. Brian King took issue with that. Boxing Kingdom congratulated Artem Lobov defeating Paulie Malignaggi via unanimous decision. Jesus said, I was not impressed by either guy. I do believe it should have been a split decision for Paulie, though. Kevin Watson wasn't impressed. He said Bellew of the week for this comment. Although, Kevin, the Bellew of the week could be for you. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people seem to be agreeing with Jesus that Paulie did enough to win. Porky's Corner, Bellew of the week for Tony Bellew, who has blocked Porky. And Barry Hearn appeared on my timeline earlier. I haven't screenshotted what Barry said, but it's always nice to see a nice big shiny blue tick on the timeline from Barry, but a nomination for Tony Bellew nonetheless. And also, finally, the last one I have is from British Boxing Blog. This is a bit of an ongoing saga. Take anything Paulie has said this week for Bellew of the week, says British Boxing Blog. But since that has happened, British Boxing Blog has also nominated somebody else. It's one of these occasions where you get tagged in on something, and I have, no joke, had tweets all night back and forward between Mr. Boxing Blog and somebody called Tommy McDonald flashing up while I've been hosting this esteemed podcast. He nominated Tommy McDonald for something to do with the Dillian White. McDonald responded and said, "You're the Bellew of the week," and they'll be going backwards and forwards with screenshots and articles and trying to prove who's right. So for filling up my timeline, gentlemen, Tommy
You're both
McDonald
Bellew
and
of the
British
week.
Boxing Blog, both of you are being nominated. Rob, go ahead.
No, fuck about it. The phone started playing up just as you were talking about Dave Allen in the Rocky movie. I wonder would it be like Porky Russ if Dave Allen is going off to fight Usyk shouting, "You can't win! You can't win, Dave!" But in terms of Bellew of the week, has anyone else seen this, or is this a dream I had? Because I didn't even click on the fucking link. I just saw it come up on Twitter. But the Eubanks done a deal to go on Gogglebox. Eubanks Senior and Junior.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think they've done a deal to go on this season of
That's correct.
Gogglebox. So
It's
I
correct.
have an idea for a show for Channel 4.
It's
They
been
should
filmed
have...
as well, Rob.
Yeah, they should... Channel 4, I have a perfect idea for you. I hope you're going to make you a fortune. Have me watching the Eubanks watching Gogglebox, and you can call it my big fat Irish redbeard rapper throws hammers at the telly on Gogglebox. Something like that. I don't know. I'll let the marketing department do their work.
Kelly on the telly.
I am fucking what? Who's gonna watch that? Like the two of them prongers watching fucking Last of the Summer Wine or something. Who gives a fucking shit about that? Like, yeah, fucking assholes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go from that. So has anybody else got any other nominations then? Paulie, strong week for him. Michael Naylor as well for saying about the Dave Allen movie. Quite a few people in the chat saying it's got to be Paulie, hands down. Andy, any nominations from you for Bellew of the week?
I've no mate. I've been kind of on the down low the last week or so and that, but I'm going to vote for Hearn and that. I mean, the greatest comeback in history. Did this guy never watch Muhammad Ali or fucking Jesus, man, or Tyson Fury, for example? You try to say that Fury's return, man, for like losing all that weight. Just forget about everything at the minute. Just losing that weight and getting back in a professional prize ring again, compared to Andy Ruiz, this fat Mexican. That was going to be the biggest comeback since fucking Ali. Oh my god, I cannot wait for him to get knocked out again.
He already has the narrative written because he says it's not the end of the journey. Because if AJ loses, he's only had 24 fights and he's only lost to one guy. So the train will continue to roll for AJ. A journey.
Hey, Journey. Fox B in the chat says Bellew of the week for Crawford's wife holding 2 slices of pizza.
Aye, you just say that.
She's taking the piss now, he said. She's taking the piss now.
His career's at Junction, by the way. AJ at Junction. Telling you.
You should team up with AB. Imagine the variations.
It's absolutely inconceivable he loses that rematch. There's nothing. There's like, you talk about must win. Oh my god, man! If he was feeling the pressure beforehand going into that fight, like I said before, where he was like losing his shit about people telling him or demanding that he fight Fury and Wilder and that, and he's mouthing off, "Well, let them fight him, let them fight each other," and all that sort of stuff. I kind of thought it then that mentally he wasn't as strong as what I thought. But as you say, if he's been getting battered about the ring and stuff, and sparring and getting knocked out like that, there is, as I say, it's inconceivable that he loses that rematch. If he does, it's going to be the biggest smoke and mirrors career in a long, long time that I can recall.
It will be. You never know. AJ could end up fighting Saul Farrow or maybe Dave Allen or somebody like that. Gabe, any nominations? If not, then tell us who you're going for this week. I fancy Big George, actually, for getting caught by Raoul Moat. Who you got, Gabe? Gabriel. You there, Gabe? No sign from Gabe. No signs of life. We'll try and check in on him very shortly.
You just messaged me there, actually. Says, Andy, sorry, I had to go to the clan.
All right, okay, no problem.
I get a committee meeting of the clan this Sunday.
Take a quick shot.
There he is.
I just went to get a drink. I just got back. I had my laptop turned up so I could hear what was going on, and I was coming back from the other room, and I heard your comments, you little man. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is a good race. I feel like Paulie got jobbed last night. I feel like he fought a good fight and he won. So I'm not going to give him my vote. I'm going to go with Hearn. I'm going to go with Hearn.
Oh, 2 for Eddie Hearn. This could be an unexpected victory for Eddie this weekend. Only me with George Foreman. Then no love for Paulie at Aussie. Who are you going for?
Oh, George Foreman, without a doubt. That, I mean, it's not his fault, but fucking hell, the way he felt Raoul Moat was like a top fan is just, oh well, one to forget.
Never know. George Foreman could have Gaza turning up on the doorstep soon with a fishing rod. Who knows, Rob? Who you got, Rob? Is it where's your balls, Connor?
No, where's your ball? I honestly thought he hit me 2 times throughout the whole fight. I know I got 3 cuts, but he only hit me twice. I think I quite like the idea of the Dave Allen Rocky movie. Like, I mean, there's a franchise I could get on board with. Like, you know, fucking instead of fucking beating the fucking meat in the butchers, he's just down the back of Babe Station, like one of them hung up on a rope, battering him, training for the fight. I don't know. So
Wasn't expecting that.
But I think Eddie, fucking hell, like he's talking shit already, like, isn't he? This is like he's prepared for the spectacular backlash if it arrives. Like, so let's see it. So we'll give it to Eddie this week. But Dave Allen, and Dave Allen 2, Dave Allen 3, you know, get on board. It could happen.
There we go then. Who would have thought Eddie Hearn has won? Congratulations, Eddie. Not much is going for you at the moment, but the Boxing Asylum Nuthouse Bellew of the Week award is coming to you this weekend. So congratulations to you, Eddie Hearn.